I want to talk very quickly about the continued cancel culture, not just in the UK, and this is important for our friends in America. You've got to understand this. I don't know what's like in America on platforms like Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and others. But it seems to me that in the UK, since Trump got elected, the brakes have not been taken off the censors, or the brakes have not been taken off free speech. So we're still silenced. We're still silenced on Facebook. I can't have my own account on Facebook. And it's been like that since 2018. 2018, so the legend goes. Tommy was doing the election campaign, the European election campaign. We were all getting behind him. We were all sharing loads of stuff on social media. It was going well. Then all of a sudden, this is how the legend goes. Whether it's true or not, I don't know. But that wonderful Home Secretary that we now have, Yvette Cooper, this is what we were told. She was chair of the Commons Home Affairs Select Committee at the time. I think it was that. And the legend goes that she got in touch with Nick Clegg and gave Nick Clegg a list of undesirables that were on Facebook and said, get rid of them. I was on the list. A lot of my friends were on the list. It was quite a big list, believe you me. It wasn't just the top-notch, top-tier, as they were then, YouTubers and vloggers. It was them. It was the Carl Benjamins. It was the Paul Joseph Watsons. But we also got smashed as well because we were rising. We were coming up. Our stock was rising in those days. And when you lose your Facebook account, this might sound petty, but it's not petty. You lose your Facebook account, you lose something of your identity. Because back then, Facebook was the platform to be on. It's not so much now. But all my friends from the military, gone. Family, gone. Friends in Northern Ireland, gone. Family in Northern Ireland, gone. Everything went in 2018. And I still don't have an account in my own name on Facebook, which to me, that's not freedom. Because Facebook back then was the public square. Then, of course, it happened with Twitter. We got shadow banned on Twitter. They didn't take us off Twitter. They took Tommy off. They took some others off. But on Twitter, they basically just froze us. They put us in a sandbox. We could play in the sandbox with the other plebs. We weren't allowed a voice. And then YouTube, this video will be going out on YouTube. And this is also an appeal to YouTube. Why are people like me demonetized on YouTube? I've tried several accounts to get monetized. I've tried to get so that people can advertise on the platform and advertise on my videos. It's not happening. And until very recently, there was a lot of shadow banning on YouTube as well, where my videos just wouldn't be found. It seems to have got marginally better, but it's still a big, massive problem. It's not just a problem for me. I was talking to Carl Benjamin on the 1st of June last year about this, and he said he's had exactly the same problems. They've worked around it. They've got a funding model that works around it. But the reality is, when you lose your ability to gain income from what you're spending a lot of your time doing, it makes life extremely difficult. And that's why it was done. The deep state, the far left, the people that control these platforms did not want us making money by sharing our views. And our views are perfectly legitimate. We're not sharing views that are fascist. We're not sharing views that are dangerous. We're just highlighting the issues that are facing our nations, whether it be global warming, whether it be mass unchecked migration, whether it be illegal migration, whether it be radical Islam. All of those concerns are perfectly legitimate. But we were silenced. And in many ways, I think the silencing was a lot to do with class as well. It was to do because we were associated with Tommy Robinson. And of course, Tommy Robinson is anathema to the liberal elite. He is the devil to them, even though we know he's not. But to them, he is. So anybody associated with Tommy was cancelled. And of course, the cancellation doesn't just hit your social media platforms. If you're standing on a platform and you're being vocal about what you believe in, it'll hit your business, it'll hit your ability to work, your ability to earn money. And that's what's happened. So when people see us on social media doing what we're doing, you've got to understand there's a two-tier social media as well as two-tier policing. There's a two-tier social media. So the likes of Urban Scoop, the likes of Tommy, me, Carl Benjamin, Lotus Eaters, they cannot earn money from YouTube. And obviously that's a massive hit. So, you know, I could get 250,000 people watching this video. It's not going to make the slightest bit of difference to me one way or the other, whether it's 1,000 people or 250,000 people. Now, there are some advantages of that. I don't particularly like the intrusive adverts that pop up at the front of every video. That shouldn't happen on my account because obviously it's a demonetized account, so there shouldn't be any adverts on it. And I think that's probably the same with the other ones I've just mentioned. But the downside is it severely clips our wings, because if we can't earn money, we can't improve what we're doing, we can't get the kit that we need to make everything a lot more professional than it is. You know, I'm having these shaky selfie stick videos where it'd be much better having something that was stabilized so that you're not seeing me bobbing up and down like a hyperactive whatever. So the reality is these things have real world implications, and I think we've got to find a way of lobbying the US government, because when Vance came to Europe and said, you know, you've got a problem with free speech in the UK, well, actually, I'll put that back on you, JD Vance. You've got a problem with free speech because your platforms are still censoring us in the UK. The platforms that are based out of the United States. So if there's any pressure that can be brought to bear on those platforms to take the shackles off and basically set us free in the United Kingdom, well, that would be an amazing thing if we actually had the ability to earn money from doing this, just like every other normal human being has. If Tommy got monetized, if I got monetized, if Carl Benjamin got monetized, I think Paul Joseph Watson, he doesn't do as much because obviously he's got a young family, but all these people basically got banned by the tech giants. Tech giant censorship, that's what it is. And it was at the behest of, as far as I know, of certain Labour MPs, one of them being the current Home Secretary. If that's not the case, well, I'd like someone to just prove that that's not the case, but I'm pretty sure that's exactly what happened. So we need the censorship gone. We need to be able to make money when we make videos. And again, I want to thank all the only reason that I can actually afford to do this is because there are supporters that have been extremely kind and generous with their money and have helped me to sustain myself while we go through this process of working out how we can actually raise funds as we make videos, because I think the message we're getting out is an important message. It's the message that's helping people, it's giving people hope. It's probably preventing the genuine extremists getting a foothold in the country. And to all the people that have supported me, and there's loads on the different platforms that I'm using for support, thank you so much for that, because it's been a massive help. And yeah, just thank you so much. So yeah, we need the censorship gone. We need to be able to make money from YouTube videos, and I don't think there's anyone in the UK can sort this. So this is to my friends in the United States. If you've got any contacts with those powerful people that can talk to Google, that can talk to Facebook, that can make sure that Twitter doesn't go off the reservation, well then that would be a great help to us in the UK in our battle for freedom. See you all soon.